All right, what is up, YouTube? This video is going to be going over how I have my TradingView set up and a couple of settings or indicators, time frames I use, and overall what my chart colors are in the chart, and again, what I have saved and stuff like that if you guys want to copy it down. This video was requested by somebody in my Discord, so again, if you guys have any questions on YouTube and you want me to make any videos, just drop them in the comments, drop them in my DM on Instagram, or you can just, if you're in the free section of the Discord, you can put them in the public chat, whatever you want, right? So let's overall go over what I use on TradingView. I'll go over my monthly subscription, pretty much everything I use for beginner people if you want to get started, or if you're more advanced and you just want to copy my setup, it's totally up to you. Again, this is all personal preference at the end of the day, but let's jump into it. Okay, coming into TradingView, right? All you guys have to do is look up tradingview.com, pretty simple, and you're going to be able to see the charts, right? So to be able to get live data, you guys are going to see in the top corner up here, this green dot that we have above. You have to have the live data subscription, which I'm pretty sure is, let's see, we'll go into it. We'll go to settings and billing. We're going to block that out. We'll block out my card somehow. We'll figure that out, but you guys can't really see it. But right now I have the real-time market data plan, which is $7 a month. And then we also have the Essential, which is $14.95 a month. I personally use both of these. I think it's the cheapest options right now. That's pretty much all I need. What you're going to get with these options is you're going to be able to use more of the charts over here, right? So personally, I only use NASDAQ and the S&P 500, so I only use two. But there's other options over here you'll see in the top corner, the top right corner, where you could split the screen into 3, 4, 5, I don't know, something like that. But I think with the option I have, you're only allowed to do 3. I'm not pretty sure. You guys can look up the rules on that. But me personally, I have the Essentials package, which is plenty for me to use, right? But reminder, make sure you get that live data package and also the Essential package, so you have live market data and you're not delayed by 10, 15 minutes or whatever it is, and you're able to do a little bit more stuff, have more indicators and everything like that with the Essential package, right? So diving into the charts, as you guys can see, if you go to the top right corner, I use the split screen, right? Two charts. I put NASDAQ on the left, I put ES on the right. As you guys can see, it says E-mini NASDAQ 100 futures, December 2025, and then E-mini S&P 500 futures, December 2025. If we go to the right-hand corner, you guys are going to see your watch list, right? If you guys want to use your watch list, you can open it up. I personally hide it because it gives me more room for my chart. But as you can see, I have NASDAQ and ES already marked out. You guys can flag them on the left side, as you guys can see here. Like if we'll go over the dollar, you can select whatever color you want it to be. You can drag them up and down if you want them wherever you want it to be, right? So if we wanted to move the dollar down or something like that, or gold to the top up here, you can add it in whatever section you want, right, in the watch list. So you have the watch list over here in the corner. I pretty much never use this unless I have to switch the chart for a new quarter or something like that. Again, I personally never really use the watch list. I keep it away because, again, it gives me more room in the charts, as you can see. But another one that you guys could use, I personally don't use it unless I'm away at the gym and I'm in a long trade or something like that. You can have alerts over here, which again, may have some dogs walking in the background. Hold on. As you can see though, we have alerts over here. I personally do not use alerts anymore. I used to back then, but if you want to use alerts, you'll literally just click the plus sign here. You'll click your symbol, where price is, value, blah, 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 and stuff like that. That's pretty simple. I personally don't use that, but that's just going to send you alert on your phone or your computer or something like that if you're away, if you want to look at the chart, if it hits a specific price, right? I personally don't use it because I don't walk away from the charts anymore. I trade during my session. If I don't see anything, I'm done for the day. So that's the simple stuff, right? As you can see, for the next stuff, if you guys want to copy my candle colors, on the left, you guys are going to right click on your mouse, right? And you're going to see settings, right? This will be for NASDAQ. As you can see, you can screenshot this, you can copy it, whatever. I have it gray and red. The borders are black and the wicks are black, right? All I have. Cool? Pretty simple, right? For ES on the right side, you're going to right click, right? You're going to go to settings, same thing. If you want to copy this for ES, that's totally up to you. I have the body gray and black, the borders black and the wicks black. That's totally up to you guys. It's a personal preference on whatever color you guys want. If you want to change the background of the background of the chart, right? What you're going to do is you're going to go to canvas. You're going to see background. I keep mine solid. There's gradient, and then there's also, you can pick whatever color you want. I personally keep it gray because it looks best for me. I've changed it many times and I probably will change it in the future. But personally, that's what I use. Pretty much it, right? Screenshot that if you want. Totally easy, right? Next thing, if you guys are going to use, let's say, time frames, right? I use the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 minute, the 30 minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily, the weekly, the monthly. You can see it up here in the top left corner, right? If you guys want to star specific ones to see these specific time frames, right? You're going to select the arrow as you see down up here, and you're going to see all the time frames, right? You'll see on the right side when you hover each one, Over each one, you're going to see a star. If you want it, you literally click that star. It'll pop up in your favorites up here, and it'll be much easier so you don't have to click this arrow down and have to do it every single time. And since we are here, if you guys just are getting started in TradingView, right, you want to make sure you have the candlesticks. And to be able to do that, you're going to see this button up here, like you see the candlesticks, right? You're going to click that. If you want, it's going to be candlesticks. Or if you want a line chart, you'll be able to click a line chart. I personally have the candlestick. If it's not there and you don't see this setting above, you're going to see that arrow right in the right side. It says bar style. Literally, all your information right here. You're going to star which ones you want. I personally have candles and line. Personally, I only use candles. Pretty much it. I stay on that. I never switch it. Next thing we're going to go over. We have indicators. The only indicator that I use right now is personally ICT kill zones and a pivot. So I'm going to go over the settings in a second for that. Let's actually go over the settings right now for this. So we'll go over the settings right here. These are my settings for ICT kill zones, right? This is for me to just mark out Asian session and London session. It makes it way easier for me. I used to do it manually, and again, it just takes more time. This makes it simple, it's more accurate, and again, it just makes your life a whole lot easier. So if you want to copy this, I have Asian session right here, the time for Asian session, and London session right here. These are the colors that I want marked out for my Asian and London session. Totally up to you guys if you want to use those. But I also keep off the show kill zone boxes, because if you turn those on, it's going to show like colored boxes. I personally don't like that, so I turn those off, as you guys see. If you want to copy these settings right here, take a screenshot of it, do whatever you want with it, totally up to you. And to turn that on, right, it's pretty simple. You guys are going to see a little arrow above here. Once you activate it, you can click down, it'll show it up here. You can click this little eye and it'll pop it up. If you don't want it there anymore, you take it off, click this arrow back up, bing, bang, boom, we're done. So another thing I want to go over is if you guys want to do replay trading, right? If you want to go over the previous day, you want to go over the previous week or something like that, TradingView only goes back a specific amount of time on the 1 minute time frame and the 5 minute time frame and stuff like that. Even on a little bit of the higher time frames, you can't go back and back test years worth of data and try and scale down to the lower time frames and stuff like that. It's good to use like if you want to go over the week on the weekend or something like that, and maybe a couple days back, like in the month or something like that, to go over if you just want to go back and review the trades that you either made mistakes on or just want to review just to get a little bit better, right? So what you're going to do, you're going to see this replay button in the top, in the middle basically of the screen. You're going to click that. It's going to give you this notification right here, continue your last replay if you want to, or start your new one, right? Start new. It's going to bring up this bar right here, right? So you can go back to wherever you want, and it's going to make price go back. You're going to see this replay button come up, and then you can just go back and back test. So if you want to go back even more, you just have to do select bar in the bottom right here. You can move it back to wherever you want, whatever day you want, and then whatever time frame you're on, right, you're going to click this forward arrow, and it's going to just show price action. It's going to print what price action did for that day. You can press play if you want, and it'll do it for you. I personally just click the button. Makes it easier for me because sometimes it goes too fast. But if you want it to go slower, you can click the 5x down here. There's 3x speed, 1x speed, 0.5, whatever you want. And then once you're done back testing, click this button down here on the right. It says jump to real-time chart. You'll click that, and then your session will pretty much be over. Unclick the button, and now you're back to the chart, and you can see that by seeing the countdown right here on the clock where it says 25,327 on the TradingView chart. Couple things I want to go over. Again, this is a pretty simple video. This is just personally all the stuff that I use. It's pretty much all you need, right? Another thing I want to go over is, again, I have these favorited up here, all the tools I use. So what you're going to do, right, you could screenshot all these tools I have right here. You'll be able to find them, and where you're going to find them is over here in the left corner, right? You'll see on each tool, you can click the arrow over, and it's going to give you all this information, right? So if we go over to lines, you guys can see all the ones I have starred, and they're going to show up here in this box. So it makes it easier. You don't have to click into this every single time. So if you want to screenshot that, go ahead and screenshot that. We'll go over the GAN box and the Fibonacci. If you guys want to watch that, there you go. Cool. And again, I'll give you guys the settings for, let's go over the settings with we'll go to the fib. So we use the fib right here. I'll show you guys the settings if you want to copy this. Here's my settings for the fib. Screenshot that, whatever you guys want, pause the video. And then we'll also go over the GAN box, all right? And here's my settings for the GAN box if you guys want to copy that. All right, just pause the video, screenshot it, whatever you want to do. Totally up to you, whatever colors you want to do, but here's what I have checked off and everything like that. Next one, I don't use any of the patterns coming into here, long and short position. Again, those are pretty simple. I have those starred. And then drawing tools, I just have the brush and stuff when I make YouTube videos. But for fair value gaps, I have the rectangle, and that's pretty much it, honestly. So again, when you guys star those, they're gonna come up in the top corner here. Shit, excuse me. They're gonna come up in the top corner up here, and you guys can move this around wherever the hell you want. Personally keep it up here so it's out of my way. And yeah, you can move them around if you want to click where you want them in order. You can literally just move them around like that. Pretty simple stuff. Another thing, if you guys customize your whole screen, right, and you want it to save just in case something ever happened, you're going to see your name in the top corner up here. Just make sure you click save on it or auto save. I personally keep auto save on because every time I update it, it'll automatically save, so I don't have to keep saving it and hitting that button just in case I forget. I keep auto save on, pretty simple, just in case you guys just want to keep the same layout. And again, if let's say your power goes out, I don't know, some crazy shit happens, keep auto save on. It's kind of like Google Docs, right? When it auto saves and the words you type and stuff like that. If you X out of the browser, auto save will be on and it'll keep your same colors, same settings, everything like that. What else can we go over? All right, last thing. Actually, this is very important, very important. Sometimes with you guys, you're gonna have gaps in your charts. So right now you can see I don't have any gaps in between. When a new week opens up or something like that, you usually have gaps in between the chart, right? So what you guys wanna do, you can see down here in the right corner, it says ETH. I have it on electronic trading hours. That's gonna show you the candlesticks of where those gaps usually will be, right? So as you can see, like let's say after PM session, the market closed and stuff like that, regularly there's usually a gap in between and then it'll show you when the market opens up again, right? So if we click regular trading hours, sometimes your chart's gonna look like this. We can see there's gaps in between. I don't like that, personally. I wanna see candles in those areas. That's just personally how I wanna see it. It just makes me trade better so I can see better confluences. So if you see gaps in between your screen, right, in between your candles, what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn on electronic trading hours. You'll turn that on, it'll show candlesticks instead of those gaps. It makes it way easier to find your confluences and stuff like that. Personally for me, and again, it's just better in my opinion. So overall, that's something you guys should know because it's actually very important. But again, time zone, I don't know what time zone you're in. I use New York because it makes it easier for me. Because when I mark out 9:30 a.m. Eastern time for New York session, makes it easier for me that it's on the chart. I personally do New York session. You can do whatever time frame you're in, guys. Personally, I keep on New York, UTC4, New York. All right, other than that, that's pretty much what I would say is the most you guys need. Other than that, you'll figure out most of the stuff by yourself. You have the measuring tool over here where you can figure out how big your trade's going to be, how many points, how many ticks. You have the magnet over here where you can turn it on whether you want it weak or strong. If you're going to mark out lines and stuff like that, let's say, oh, that's actually perfect. We just went over this. Here's all my templates. So I have the money sign for take profits, hourly highs, 4-hour highs, 5-minute, 15-minute, all-time highs, stuff like that. Even for, let's say we want to do a fair value gap, right? I have my 1-hour bearish fair value gap. You guys can mark these out however you'd want. It's totally up to you. And the way you guys save this, right? So if you want to save it, let's say we want to have this be our 1-hour bullish fair value gap and we make it, let's say, green. You guys want it green for bullish. We write out an hourly bullish fair value gap. Same thing with all the other settings, guys. What you're going to do is you're going to click this and you're going to see this button right up here with the 3 squares and the plus sign. You're going to click that and you're going to say, it says save drawing template as. You're going to save it. You're going to type out the name, blah, blah, blah. Press save. I'm not going to do it now because I already have it. And then once you guys click it up here in your tool section, you'll be able to drag it, click this box again. It'll be saved automatically down here. You guys can copy this stuff if you'd like. But again, this is personally all the stuff I use. But it just makes it easier when you guys are live trading so you don't have to keep going back and switching the color or typing out, like if it's an hourly or a 15-minute fair value gap and all the stupid stuff like that. It'll just make it simple. Like again, we have a 4-hour fair value gap right here. Let's say this is a 4-hour bullish fair value gap. I mark it out, I click it, click this button right here, find my 4-hour bullish fair value gap, bang, and then it shows up for me right away. So it's the same thing with the lines and stuff like that, guys. You're gonna click this if you want to save it. You can copy this stuff if you want, the same as me, totally up to you. But it just makes it easier. Like let's say we have a 4-hour high right here, right? If I just want to click that 4-hour, bang, we know it's a 4-hour high. Makes it quick, easy, and done. Overall, I think that is pretty much it, guys. That's personally all I use on TradingView. There's really nothing else, nothing really special about it. You'll start to get the hang of it the more you use it. But I use TradingView only for technical analysis and stuff like that, and to find out where I'm going to enter my trades and everything like that. When I enter my trades, I enter on a separate computer on Tradovate. I don't copy trade based off of TradingView because personally I've always used Tradovate on a different computer. And that's what works best for me personally. I know some people connect their broker to TradingView and they just trade off of that. I personally don't do that, so I don't want to give information on something I don't do. But everything I just showed you guys there is pretty much all the information you need. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I give you guys all the settings I have, the indicators I use. I only use one indicator. You guys can see all all the stuff I use up here, all the tools that I have already listed out and everything like that. You have your back and forward arrow buttons again if you want to go back and forward, just in case if you delete something on accident, you could press back and it'll pop it back up. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I gave you guys the time frames. I showed you guys how to do the electronic trading and stuff like that, in case you guys have the gaps in between your candles. You know what tools I use, what indicators, time frames, colors of my charts and stuff like that. All you guys got to do is right click and just go to settings, and you'll see symbols, canvas, and stuff like that, and you can play around with those if you'd want. So that's pretty much all I use at the end of the day. Hopefully this is helpful for you guys. Again, if you have any questions and you have any suggestions on what videos you want me to make for you guys on YouTube, I'm gonna do it for you guys for free. I love doing this every single day, and I want to help as many people as possible, and I'm only getting better as I start to grow on social media, and the more videos I post, the more comfortable I get on social media. So overall, this is the way I use TradingView. This is my setup. You guys can copy it if you want. There's nothing hidden about this stuff. It's a pretty simple thing to use, and you're just going to get better at using it over time. But again, if you guys want custom colors on it, do whatever you want, whatever works best for you. Make it personalized to whatever fits you best and how you perform best. And that is pretty much it. So again, like and subscribe. Hopefully this is helpful for you guys, and we'll keep you updated on YouTube. All right, peace out.